Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. For those who are watching from the US, the UK, Belgium, Europe, and good evening for those who are watching in Africa. Welcome to yet another edition of the Lambom Show. My name is Lambert Mbom, and I'm hosting again today a group of very successful, very renowned people trying to do some good work. But let's start off by saying thank you. Today is Thanksgiving Day in America. And come to think about it, I used to think Thanksgiving, you know, was something that was meant only in America. But I realized that if you are a Catholic Christian or you go to any of these churches, you are celebrating Thanksgiving around this period, isn't it? Sundays, you are doing some bazaar, you are doing something Thanksgiving. And if you are a Catholic, as I am, every Mass is an act of Thanksgiving. So every day we give thanks, and I think it is a great day to be able to host the Mendem Foundation. This is our second program in over 3 weeks. Um, Mendem Foundation and their partners in Cameroon, who are specifically working on the education sector in Cameroon with respect to disadvantaged kids. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But we wanted to say thank you for those who are joining us. We thank you for joining to hear, to learn. And today we have a particular slant because it's about an essay competition that was launched. And we're going to have a couple of people talk about it. Let me start off by welcoming everybody. Okay. So, Jude, welcome. How are you today? Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
And Jude, tell us where you connecting from again?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia. And so you are getting ready for. I'm sure Madam is busy doing some kati instead of the turkey.
That's right.
Okay.
Ready to eat.
Yes, Hillary, welcome.
Hi, Lambert. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Where are you joining us from?
From Diest in Belgium.
Belgium. Good. Good to see you. Of course.
Good to see you too.
Dr. Jeffrey. The man is at work, I think. He's ready to consult. If there's anybody who is sick, you want some free consultation online, we can get you in.
Yeah, hello,
I'm his
Lambert.
treasurer, so it may not be free.
Yeah. Yeah, nice to have you again and to be part of this.
Thank you all. And the two, what is happening to Doris? So, Imelda, welcome. Or let me say, Cyril.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And Cyril says she's joining us from Victoria in Cameroon, I guess. And it's
Yes, Victoria.
I always forget the name of that. Your group is what? Royalty?
Royalty World.
Royalty World. I mean, I always want to just make it easier by saying Royalty Foundation, but since it's Mendem Foundation. So again, for the sake of this conversation, Mendem Foundation is I mean, a group of men who have co-opted women. They are a group of Sacred Heart ex-students, 1990 what batch? I don't remember what it was. 91?
91.
91.
91.
Meaning we went in 91.
Okay, 1991 batch. They started some little thing, and then it has grown up to be a whole movement with people. So it's not just Shesans after all. I don't know about the other two, but I know that Jude is married to a lesson, so that he has continued that tradition.
He's not married to a lesson.
Your wife is not lesson.
It's Sabesan.
Oh, Sabesan. One of them went to Lord's. Is it the sister who went to?
Yeah.
And the mom.
The older sister.
Okay, cool. All right. That aside, so we want to talk about Mendem Foundation, Royalty World, but in particular, there's something that's happening this weekend in Cameroon, and that program. Jude, tell us about it and get us started with Hillary.
Yeah. So we've always talked about how we have a holistic approach to education, and we try to get the kids involved in
Okay,
all kinds.
1 second. Your volume is low, so you have to speak up a little bit more. Or let me see something. My technical guy is saying you're low there. So
Let me see my volume.
yes. Okay,
Is it better now?
great.
Thanks. Yeah, so like I was saying, we have this holistic approach to education that we've been talking about, and it's bringing our well-rounded kids, having activities beyond the classroom, and the ASA contest is just one of those activities that we engaged in. So to help the kids, I think one of the things we noticed with the kids is they have issues reading and writing, and so we've been thinking of ways, how do we arrest that problem? How do we get them to fall in love with reading and strengthen their grammar skills? So of course, Hillary came up with this brilliant idea and said, no, we should do an AC contest, because coming from Sacred Heart, we all know what happened back in school. Every Saturday we had this practice where we would write essays, and we strongly believe that helped our writing skills. So we were now thinking of how can we now impact that same practice with the kids. So we came up with the AC contest. Again, this was Hillary's idea. He brought up the idea. He, drafted the whole proposal, and we were like, okay, let's roll with it. And of course, Royalty War came in to implement it, and they did an amazing job. So we ended up having like 93 kids participate in that AC contest, and Pastor Eric, who's actually not on right now on the Royalty War, was tasked to mentor the kids through the process. So they had sessions, preparatory sessions, and it was just a great, a really, really a moving a process for us. And in the end, they had to write ACs, and Hillary had this very great idea of them picking a problem in their environment and articulating that problem and coming up with proposed solutions. So it's not just about helping them out to read and write, but creating awareness in the kids that, you know what, the problems you have in your communities, you can have solutions for them. You can identify the problems as well as propose solutions. So they were tasked to write based on those lines. And after weeks of mentorship with Pastor Eric, we were able to get our kids in Boya, Limbe, and Bamenda involved in the AC contest, and they wrote their contents, and Hillary had to go through the painstaking process of grading all those ACs, and then we came up with the winners. So that's how we came up with the process.
Yeah, I like one thing, the fact that you are Sacred Heart X students and you are trying to take what you learned in school. Very often people have they think that when you go to Sacred Heart, they just prepare you for GCE, and that's it. You don't have any other thing. That's why you excel in GCE. They don't know the drill. I remember when I left the seminary in '99, I was teaching in Christ the King College in Tico. And I deliberately decided to implement the same thing. Every Saturday, students had to write an essay. It was difficult because it meant that the English language teachers, I was not even teaching English. Okay, I was teaching religious studies and French. But it was difficult because the teachers found it like too much work for them. They had an additional thing to do, and then the students too. But it turned out that students eventually loved it. And I'm glad that Mendem Foundation is looking at the best things that they learned and trying to replicate that and beyond. So because Hillary, again, I think I ought to have introduced you properly, because these days let me let you introduce yourself, because it seems as if you are not even into literature and all that. You have a background in science, and I'm wondering why you sponsor an essay
That's correct.
competition when you have a background in science, even though you went to Sacred Heart. But what motivated you? And I know also, give us a little background as to why you thought essay competition was the best way outside the classroom to engage with these kids.
Okay. So maybe with a very, very brief introduction with my background. Like you said, my background, my academic background is not focused in literature or in the arts, but that's really where my passion is. So growing up, I've always been keen to not be pigeonholed in one particular field. And when we grew up, there was a general notion that those who do science usually do not do well in English, or do not do well in French, or do not do well in the arts. And I guess I was one of those who was keen to prove that wrong. Yeah. So I've always been very passionate, and my dad is an English teacher, so maybe that comes also a little bit from there. So I've always been passionate about communicating well, communicating effectively, and that meant that I enjoyed good literature, and that helped me to do well in English. But my background is in science, so I did environmental science in my undergraduate in Boya, and my graduate school and my job now is in toxicology. But why an essay competition? I guess one of the unintended consequences of, or the unintended benefits of being part of a young foundation that doesn't have the luxury of unlimited resources is that you're always thinking about having the most impact with the least effort, right? Because we don't have unlimited resources in time, or in money, or in anyhow that you choose to want to think about resources. So we are usually forced to be very intentional about designing our outreach as a foundation in the way that we're getting the most out of the list. So as Jude mentioned, one of the gaps that was identified in the educational journey outreach with the kids was that, especially worsened by the crisis, was that they don't communicate very well. Their grammatical level is very low. And for me, it was really important to help them while they are still young, because then when they are good at it at a young age, then they see the benefits for a very, very, very long period in their life. And from my own experience, there are few things as critical as effective communication, as being able to communicate well. And something that an example that I usually use is, so if you pause for a moment, you close your eyes, and you empty your mind of every word that you know, you realize that you're unable to think. So words are actually the vehicle of thought. And without them, you're unable to think properly, you're unable to articulate your intentions or whatever you want to communicate properly. So that's one of the benefits that I saw from doing the essay competition. But I didn't want it to be just about something that encourages the kids to love writing and to love reading. That is how we brought in the angle of writing for impact. So we wanted the kids not just to be writers, we wanted them to write for problem solving. And why were we keen on that? Because given the background of a lot of these kids, it's very easy for them to grow up with a victim mentality. So we wanted to use the essay competition as an opportunity to start inculcating in them the mindset that they may have come from difficult backgrounds. They may have a lot of odds against them, but they are not victims. And they have within them the ability to not just identify the problems around them, but they begin to think in a way that empowers them to feel that they themselves can solve these problems, right? And it doesn't need to be some grand solution. In the smallest way, And it doesn't also need to be a very big problem, just something that really inconveniences them. It could be at home, it could be in their society, it could be in school. So the challenge really was that the kids should look around them, identify a problem and articulate that problem and come up with solutions in how that problem could be solved, with a focus on how they themselves can be involved in solving that problem. And in doing that exercise, it forces them to begin to realize that they have within them the power to create the society that they want, to get rid of the problems that they see around them, and to begin to wash away that mentality of that a lot of other people or other communities may have, that there is going to be some messianic intervention, that somebody is going to come from outside to come and save them. So through the essay competition, beyond just helping them become better at communicating, it also helps them to begin to think about their society in a way that maybe they've never thought about before. Begin to think about problems in their societies in ways that they've never thought about before, in a way that really empowers them to gives them the confidence to think that they can come up with solutions and they can solve those solutions. And the hope really is that, because this is our maiden edition, so it's a learning process for all of us. And the hope really is that somewhere down the line, we would come up with a formula that really encourages the kids to begin to put to life some of the solutions that they are thinking in a very practical way that sees transformative changes in their societies, because they thought about the problem in a different way from what other kids are thinking about. So that's a little bit of the background for how we conceived the project in the way that we did. Yeah.
Right. So again, you the modest guy that you want to claim to be is depriving us of a very important nugget of this essay competition. And I like to share that I left. I went and taught in Kaskumba, and I remember during a staff meeting, the science teachers were complaining about the writing standards of their students, and I have never been, during that staff meeting, I reminded them that the students are, an image of the teachers, if you know what I mean. So you cannot be complaining about the students when you yourself, But the point is, I'm glad that, again, your personal circumstances, your dad as a teacher, you are also very conscious, and I like that term you use, intentionality. You really wanted to change that narrative in terms of making sure that people do not think that because you're a science student, therefore writing is something that is reserved for a different class. And that is why one of your fans is saying Hilary is the poet of the century. We had Cletus with us last time we were here. I'm sure that's Cletus and the wife, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
So,
I see that.
Yes, but Hilary, thank you very much. I was saying you're depriving us because my understanding of this essay competition is named after your mom and your sister. And it's important for us to get that link, why you had to put this after your mother and your sister. Surprisingly, when your father is the one who was the teacher, And also, what I've not heard is, this competition, is it just that people wrote and then they selected somebody, they won, and is there no prize, nothing? What is it? What is the motivation?
Okay, I'm going to address both points. First, why I dedicated both of them. So it's actually when I was thinking about it, one of the things that I wanted to do is to do it in the memory of my mom and my sister, and who are of late, may they rest in peace, primarily because for me, they embodied what giving back meant. They embodied what giving back, especially to kids, meant. So, for example, while I was for over a decade now, I haven't been in Cameroon. So when my mom was still around, there would hardly be a time when I'll go back home and I will not see that she's brought in some new kid. sometimes there would be no link or no rationale for why that kid is in our house. And so in my mind, I wanted to do something that allows me to continue to operate in that legacy, in that light of making a difference, of giving back. And my mom was also a prison wardress. So sometimes when we have a disagreement, we would actually end up resolving by reaching out maybe to the juvenile center together. So I would send her money, maybe she buys bread, for example, and then takes it to, because we understand the need, because she's been a prison warden. And in doing that, we would be able to overcome whatever differences we had and move forward. So it's really something that I wanted to do, to continue to bask in that light of what she taught me while she was here. And the second aspect, one for the primary school kids, I wanted to do it I named it after my 2 sons. And the only reason why I did that is because for me, it is very important that they grow up, because they are having a life that is radically different from the life of these kids that we are reaching out to. And for me, it's an opportunity to get them engaged in the process as they grow up in a way that they are not disconnected from a lot of the realities that have to do with where their roots are coming from. So it's me, a parent, thinking a little bit ahead of time to set up the structures that would enable them to be a little bit more interested. And I really, really hope and pray that they would be in giving back. So that's how the projects were named, and that's how those 2 groups of people came into it. And then about the prize, so we had about, like, I see Pastor Eric has joined us. Welcome, Pastor Eric.
Thank you. Sorry, guys, I'm late. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So, as Jude mentioned before, Pastor Eric really, really helped us with grooming the kids, preparing them, and it was no walk in the park. It was really challenging. So we had over more than 70 kids actually participating in the ASA competition, and that is after going through some preparatory classes or preparatory sessions with Pastor Eric and the team on the ground. And so one of the things that we wanted to achieve in the process, which was a little bit difficult because of the logistics of making it happen, was I wanted the kids, ideally, and I hope that we'll get there someday, I wanted the kids to take the essay, or to be able to type their essays themselves. And why I wanted to do that is begin to give them exposure to computers, begin to give them exposure to how typing can help them. And one of the concerns that and it actually came up in some of the discussions that we had, is that sometimes you have the help factor of typing on the computers that may not paint a very true picture of what their level of English is. But as adults, we all use computers. And if you've read what a lot of adults write, you would know that the computers do not do the writing for you. You can still read a lot of rubbish, even though you get the aid of the computer, where you have the spelling assistant and all the suggestions that you get. So we were really, the initial plan or the initial concept was that the kids were going to type the essays themselves. But because we don't have enough computers yet, we don't have enough room, even if we had enough computers, to have a setup where the kids are able to do that, we found a hybrid compromise for that. So the kids actually they handwrote their essays, and the team on the ground, led by Pastor Eric and Doris, so they took pictures of the essays, because I also wanted to have a feel of really seeing a script of what they had written with their hands. So they took pictures of the essays that the kids had written, and somebody from the team went through the painstaking job of typing whatever the kids had written. in a way that reflects exactly what they had written with their hands, preserving the errors, preserving the mistakes, and preserving so that we can have an objective assessment when we are going through the essays. When we're having a discussion about doing that, I didn't fully appreciate just how challenging that would be until I actually started going through the scripts. And it's then you begin to realize that it's a lot of effort that really goes into getting those scripts ready, so that we can go through them. So again, like I said, over 70 students participated from our branches in Limbe, in Buea, and in Bamenda. And we went through, graded the scripts, and for each of the categories. So we had different categories, like a primary school category, we had a secondary school category, and that's from 1 to 5. And then we have another category, lower seat, upper seat, and the university students. So we have prizes for those 3 categories. And the prize money in total is 500,000 francs CFA. So for each of those categories, we have three winners. And while that is important, like I was joking in the discussion that we had the other day, that we hope that the prize, that the reward gets the kids excited. And because we are hoping that these are kids that have a lot of needs, this money will be able to help them, help their family. And I don't see it just as it's also an opportunity to buy in with their parents in terms of supporting them for this passion for communicating well and for learning and for reading. And that is why the focus was a little bit more on the younger children. First, because when you catch them young, they get the most benefits because they get that benefit for the rest of their lives. And also being able to buy in with the kids. So that's a little bit, and I think it's going to be on Saturday, right, Jude?
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, so
Right.
we'll have the prize giving ceremony on Saturday, and we're really hoping that it would be something. We'll do it in a way that keeps the kids excited, that rewards those, and I think everybody, at least in my mind, everybody who participated, who made the effort, who made the effort to write an essay or to participate, is already a winner, right? But of course, there are some of them that really stood out and stepped out and stood out from the crowd, and we want to reward those as an encouragement to all of them, that there is room to continue getting better, to continue growing, and to continue improving the craft of communication.
No, Hilary, thank you very much. And I just wanted to highlight, Jude, check your phone. So while Hilary is talking, we are looking at it. This is somebody who has decided to donate. That's in US dollars would be something like $1,000, isn't it? For an AC.
Yeah, so I did half of it, and the foundation did half
of it.
So in my initial plan, it was the prizes were supposed to be for 250, because I wanted to really start small, especially since this is a maiden. But the foundation matched it.
Good. So what I really wanted to highlight is the fact that you don't need a big project to be able to come to Mendem Foundation. You can have some little thing you want to donate 100,000 and you want the impact. The important thing, the word that you use there, that intentionality and then the impact, isn't it? And you stressed something which I think for me is a take-home message, isn't it? You don't want people to grow up with a victim mentality. That's one. Number two, you did not want the kids to be looking at a messianic figure. There's somebody who is coming on a white horse, but at Christmas coming to donate something. They are able to look at their environment, identify a problem, think about it, write, and propose a solution. I think we are looking at this as some small thing. There's a lot that has been packed into that, and I really want to say thank you, Hilary, for thinking through. And for those who are listening, who are watching, whatever idea you have, a small idea, you have a 1,000 franc CFA, you have a 10,000, you want to do something, reach out to the foundation, Mendem Foundation, Royalty World. They'll be able to think through that, help you, and then build that up. So please Great job, Hilary, and I'm encouraging as many people to take up that initiative. But while I have people in Cameroon following up, Pastor Eric, welcome. So I hear you are the one who prepared the cartouche for the kids. Tell us how you did.
Because I tried my best. Thank you.
So walk us through that process. How did that work? How was the experience preparing the kids?
Well, it was amazing. Initially, when this project started, I want to say that, first of all, I want to say thank you to Mendem Foundation, to Hilary, for this wonderful initiative of the AC competition. Everyone in Royalty World will testify that the game really changed for us at Royalty World with the introduction of the AC contest. Because first of all, I needed a strategy of interaction with the kids, and the AC competition provided the perfect opportunity for me, not just to because I come there as maybe a spiritual advisor, but we needed a project that we could work on, and this AC competition was just that perfect project for me to come in and just help the kids. And the process, it has been amazing. It has been a win for us in terms of the kids, their level of their progress in terms of being able to write, but also in terms of morality. I think that they are beginning to understand the seriousness of not just the AC competition, but every other project that we run as a Royalty World team. I remember that when it started, it was a hectic one, because now these kids have so many things that are calling their attention. They have school. We have a Royalty, a remedial classes going on. So they have to go to school from morning and come back maybe at 3 o'clock, and then the rest. And then they have to come for the remedial classes from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. They are there studying and meeting with other teachers, other facilitators who are going to help them to catch up with their studies. And so that was the first challenge. How do you convince the children that this AC competition, which is something extra, it's worth it for them? So that was the first challenge. And for that, we took a Monday, which is Ghost Town. So we capitalized on the Monday, which is Ghost Town in the Southwest, or in the Anglophone speaking region. We capitalized on that to make use of their Mondays. So that's I started taking them, and then now the kids are few of them start coming. It's difficult to get all of them to start coming because they don't even see the importance of it, And then as time goes on, they start. We learn strategies on how to get them to come. And I think that we devised all sorts of strategies. We had to sometimes I remember Mommy Doris had to buy me some biscuits, a carton of biscuits and juice, which I would give them.
Okay, I think your network is a problem. And Pastor Eric,
they answer good questions, or when they
his connection just decided to give up.
I'm telling you, just at the time that I wanted to hear about the biscuits. Doris,
Exactly.
well, you provided biscuits for the kids. How about us? Are we having biscuits? So again, Mendem Foundation, they wanted an AC competition in order to be able to help the kids with something out after school, outside the classroom. How did you make it work? What are some of the challenges that you encountered? Can you hear me, Doris? Okay, I think again the network there in Cameroon. I don't know, Jude. We need
It's
to
not
work on something with respect to having a better internet when we want to have this, because every time they
Yes,
have.
I can hear you. I don't know whether you can hear me. The network is really.
Sorry, guys,
you need
for
to
the
talk to
network.
Elon Musk.
Yeah. So right, Doris, just go ahead and maybe I hate to do this, but maybe turn off your camera and use just the audio. Let's see how that goes. I can superimpose something on that, if that is going to help. I see you
Looks like
moving. Say something.
It looks like Pastor Eric is back and can finish.
It's so challenging. My network is really bad. I don't know whether you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you, Mom.
Okay, so while we are trying to get Doris to fix that problem, okay, let me see. Okay, Doris, go ahead. I think you can say something because I can see you moving.
We can hear you.
Yeah, I think there's a delay on her part.
Yeah, there's a delay for on their part. So again, let me come back to you. And I think Dr. Jeffrey is seemingly doing something else. Cyril, are you able to say something? Because maybe your network is better. Doris, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so Cyril, what was your role in this project and how has it helped the royalty world?
Oh, well, all right. So I'm the programs coordinator for Royalty World. So I get to make sure that I oversee everything that is going on, making sure that we meet up with deadlines and the rest. How has this program really helped Royalty World? It's been it was like a breath of fresh air for us. You know, the children come into the organization and they're talking and you have to prop in to correct their tenses from time to time, and you know, you're like, wow, how do the teachers cope with these kids in the classroom? And I think it stems right back from their homes because they don't have parents who communicate to them in English. The only time when they get to communicate in English is when they get to school. Back in the community, it's a whole place of pidgin English everywhere. So this program for us was really a big thing. Reality War is all about holistic education, and we think this just came and it fitted in so perfectly to strengthen our response strategy to the problem of education in the Anglophone regions of Cameroon. And so we're looking at the kids, and when you see those who are performing well in the competition or those who wrote very well, it's reflected on their results in school. They are those who have the best averages in school. So we can create a very direct relationship between children being able to express themselves and write well and how that affects their educational performance. And so for us, it's something that we really want to keep running with. We are even thinking that we could amplify it by bringing in stuff like the spelling bee that they only get to watch on TV, just so it could make it fun so they can strengthen their speaking and writing capacity. So that's really been it for us at Level of Reality World.
Great. So again, I'm grateful. Like I said the last time, I was impressed by your own English too, because you spoke very well, and that's a clear indication that Reality World is doing a good job. Doris, are you able to say something now? Maybe let's try. Hi, Doris.
She's on mute though.
Can you say something? Well, I'm not. I mean, again, a couple of days ago on Tuesday, Cameroon was supposed to be playing Libya, and CRTV was unable to broadcast the game. So I'm not surprised that the network problems. You have network problems in Cameroon. If a whole national TV is on broadcast, what more of something? So again, I want to take this time I want to take this time to also say that we saw an example of a gentleman who decided he wanted to contribute, he wanted to give back in honor of his mother. And Hillary, you did not tell us the names of your mother and your sister. And not just that, also wanted to set an example for his kids, his two sons. And so he put all this together. He's a member of the board of Mendem Foundation and decided that, hey, it's not enough. Let's do something. Put in some money. Mendem Foundation took that and ran with it, put in their own, and we came up with 500,000. So please, nothing is small. Say this may not be the right way to, but I'm saying, please donate. Nothing is small. Zelle, mendemfoundation@gmail.com. I think I need to put that in a better way. PayPal, mendemfoundation@gmail.com. Cash App, you have Jude Kijem's number there. There's Venmo. You have the website. So I'm going to put each of those so that people can donate whatever. This award ceremony is going to take place on Saturday. Okay, it's going to take place on Saturday. I'm going to ask one of my friends here now with whom I'm broadcasting to donate, even if it's $100 for that occasion on Saturday. I'm going to, by the time I end the show, I should be able to confirm that because he's sitting right here in the studio with me. But whatever you want to, please donate. Do something for those kids. Whatever you give, whatever you are able to. Today is Thanksgiving. There could be no better way of saying thank you for all that God has blessed you with than donating towards this very noble initiative. And the Mendem Foundation, they are always looking for donations, looking for partnerships, very many ways to do this. But today we're talking about this essay competition. I'm so, I don't know, Pastor Eric, are you back? I'm so sorry, these people in Cameroon, nothing to say. So, Hillary, so, I mean, let me come to you because you were the one, you did the grading. So what is your assessment after reading maybe 70 plus essays? What is your assessment? What are some of the things that struck you with this essay competition? Hold on one second. Doris is here. Let's see. Hi, Doris.
Hi. Yes, I've connected. I'm good. Hopefully this is good now. I'm trying to get another connection. Yeah.
Okay. Just roll.
Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. What can I say? Thank you very much. I think I've been eavesdropping in the conversation from Imelda's side. And I just want to say thank you to Hillary for this great initiative. To me, it's like a dream come true, because, like he said, I think that foundational communication is the basis of everything. Without the ability to communicate, then we're not building that generation that would transform our community. So we are talking about community leaders. That's what we're raising in Royalty World, and that's why this project is very, very important and very dear to our heart. Because above all things, it's beyond the school fees that is paid for the kids to go to school, but what we truly desire is to build content within these kids that will prepare them for the future. Because the bigger picture is seeing them become the solution providers and those that will build this nation. And so that exercise was beyond just building their communication skills, but it was about really helping them and leading them. And Pastor Eric did an amazing job. He's so passionate about young people. He's passionate about them knowing that they are the foundation and the pillars of this nation. So he gave it his all. I could see that, and that's why whatever I could do to provide support for this to be a success, and we did whatever we could. And going forward, it's really a prerequisite to our program. And right now we're looking forward to the award ceremony. They mentioned about $1,000 for this for as awards for this competition, but then they've invested almost another $1,000 to ensure that there is a whole ceremony to make this happen. Now, I don't know which other group of committed Cameroonian than Mendem Foundation. I've not seen any group like that. And yeah, so I think that is important that we highlight that. And, you know, Mendem Foundation does not know how to do things small. So, and I believe that I'm highlighting it because I believe the event in itself is going to be an encouragement for the whole community. So we're going to be inviting community leaders to be a part of it. We're going to be inviting some UN cluster leaders, if it's possible for them to be here. For the past 3 days, the team has been on a retreat. We've been planning and you know, preparing for next year. And we move from here directly into the AC Award ceremony. And that's going to bring together the team from Bamenda, because this competition was not just in Buea, but it was for the kids in Bamenda and in Limber as well. So they're all going to be coming together. So it's going to be one big party. And we will celebrate them, we will hear them out, they will read out their essays, and they will share with us the motivation behind their writings. And yeah, so to me, these are nation builders. We are truly building the future we want to see, because I keep saying Cameroon is not a territory, but it's a people. It's me and it's you. And if we cannot leave a legacy, we won't leave a legacy in buildings, we'll leave a legacy in people. So we're not focusing on building, you know, things, but we're focusing on building people. And I think that that's what this is demonstrating, that, you know, our biggest investment is in these young people who are going to build our community. And Mendem Foundation is at the center of it, exactly where they want to be, supporting communities and building the communities that we truly want to live in. So yeah, so it's a big event. It's not a small thing.
So Doris, I mean, I don't know whether it's intentional that you want to be sketchy about details of Saturday's program. Is it not open to the public? You don't want to tell us how it's going to run. You don't want some of us to show up. I love how the thing is going to roll. At least the most important part for me is the fact that the children are going to be able to read out their essays. They are going to be able to then get the prizes. But Jude, is it not open to the public? I'm just wondering whether it's something that.
Oh, I think it certainly is open to the public. But the first layer for us was to get all the kids that wrote essays to show up, because, like you said, they are all winners. So it was an opportunity for them to see, you know, break bread and drink something and celebrate their classmates that won, and also to teach the others who did not participate that, you know,
Absolutely. Yes, I think that it's going to. That's why they're coming from Bamenda. The winners from Bamenda will be here. Those from Limbe, and then Mendem Foundation Yaoundé will also be represented, just because it's important for them to be present. And we will also have the parents of the kids. The parents of the kids will be around. So yeah, so like I'm saying, it's going to be a big party, and you know, so it's going to be a celebration of excellence. And an opportunity to encourage those who maybe last year did not take it seriously, to see that this thing is serious. And I believe that this year they're going to get on board without any effort. I think I heard Pastor Eric sketchily explaining how we managed to encourage them and motivate them to be a part of it. Yeah, so it was like, you know, those coming for essay contest, they're going to have biscuit and juice. So, so they're looking forward to coming to have biscuit and juice, and that's why they came. So yeah, so we're excited about our kids. We're looking forward to Saturday. It's really going to be a historic event, because it's not just here. I'm sure, you know, they will have the opportunity to hear from their fathers. I call them their fathers. Yes. So they'll have the opportunity to hear from you know, Hilary, who is at the back of this, and then, you know, obviously the president of Mendem Foundation and the chairman, and also their mothers. I'm sure that the Queen Mother as well is going to be there. So yeah, so it's always an opportunity to be inspired by them. So yeah, And I think that's the way it's going to go.
So before I get to you, Hilary, because I posed a question, let me finish up with Doris. So now they have written these essays, beautiful essays, and what is the plan for sustainability? Are we going to have this just once now and it's done, or we need to now do something to launch another competition next year? And what is the plan?
Oh, there's going to be a competition next year. So
Okay.
this one is going to be the award ceremony and then the launch of next year's competition. So I think that the geniuses behind this are going to tell us what the topic for next year will be. So it will be revealed as well tomorrow. They'll be revealing what the next year's competition will be about. I think they've already whispered the fact that we're going to have some spelling bees. You know, so that's an addition, so that they can be an improvement. And one of the things I love about Mendem Foundation is the fact that we're continually innovating. So when I think Hilary in marking and, you know, just correcting these essays, he took note of the things that needed improvement, areas where the kids needed to be improved, and he's been sharing those notes with us, and we are taking on strategies to make sure that next competition we put these strategies in place for the kids to fill in, to fill the gap. And another thing that is in the pipeline, Mendem Foundation has sent some computers as well, because this year the kids wrote the essays and then the team had to type the essays. But now they're saying they want the kids to go digital. So, you know, so there are computers that Mendem Foundation is working on that. Grateful for STARS for that great job. So we have some computers already from Mendem Foundation, but they'll be sending more. The dream this year for us, and even in our strategic plan, we realize that there is need for space for the kids. That's really a big challenge for us now. At Royalty World, the biggest challenge we have is the space to accommodate all these kids, the primary school and the secondary. So we're trusting God that we will have more space this year. And what our vision really is to have a library and a digital learning center where these kids can come. And I mean, the foundation has sent a lot of books. We have a challenging to manage it in that small space. So you know, it's not just their writing will be significantly improved by reading, and so we want to give them that opportunity to come and read. Most of them come from homes where they don't even have a table to sit and read. So yeah, so
yeah, unfortunately, the devil is working overtime on Doris's. But thankfully, we were able to listen to the end there. And I really want to highlight one thing. So my understanding is there are 12 winners. There are 3 primary school, 3 high school, 3 secondary school, and 3 university students, isn't it? I don't know why it wasn't open to the rest of us who would have loved to take part in the competition.
Well, there are 10 winners.
Okay, there are 10 winners.
So there are 4 in primary school, my memory is correct, and then 3 in secondary school, and then 3 in high school and university.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's good. So again, the names been released already?
No.
So that's going
it's
to
not
be
released.
On
it's going to be on the day. So they're coming and they don't know that they've won.
Okay.
Yeah.
Out of the excitement.
Okay, while we're doing this gymnastics on, so what time is it on Saturday? What time, Cameroon time? What time is the event?
The Cameroon time is going to be 2 p.m.
2 p.m. 2 p.m. That's 8 p.m.
8
p.m. 2 p.m.
8 p.m.
For us, it will be what time? 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
Okay, so what we can do, okay, just so for that little segment for the announcement, let us set up to broadcast. I'll tell you what to do to broadcast so that I can get you on live just so that you can do the announcement on.
That's exciting.
I'll get you on, then we'll get the connection. We have to make sure that the arrangement is perfect. I don't want you breaking up as always like this. I'll have to talk to DMR TV. Boya Diocese to see how to get you that connection. So let's talk about that. So I'm just announcing that we're going to broadcast the announcement of the the winners of this competition on Saturday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Awesome.
Since Hilary will have to wake up a little earlier from Belgium and arrange some things. But Hilary, I asked you your experience. So yesterday, I asked somebody to send me. I'm putting together again. My alma mater, the Major Seminary in Bambui, is celebrating its Golden Jubilee, and those of us who went to the seminary and did not become priests, we are having our own celebration tomorrow, and then the big celebration in the following. I wanted to capture something about some of our brothers who have gone ahead, and so I asked for one of them, and then somebody sent me a handwritten note, 28 pages. I was so fascinated because it's a long time I saw somebody writing everything everybody has typed. So I feel envious that Hilary is the only person who enjoyed this beautiful handwriting. It's real. It's tangible. They are able to see how crooked, how the handwriting is and all that. Eric, or Hilary, what was that experience? What are some of the things you picked out from there? What really fascinated you about writing these scripts?
I think for me, one of the most profound learnings, it gave me a window into the challenges that the kids are facing in a way that I had never thought about before. And that is why, for me, from going through that, I'm really hoping that we would get to a level of the ACEs where those who are making the policy decisions in the foundation would be able to read these ACEs and see firsthand the children communicating the issues that they're dealing with, the problems that they are having, so that we can avoid the very thing that we criticize in the way aid comes to us in Africa, where solutions are coming that are not tailor-made for the reality of the issues that we are facing. So for me, that is really one of the big learnings from it. It was very powerful to see, albeit in broken English, but to see the kids communicating the issues or the problems that they see. And for me, one of the things that stood up is in a surprising way, was the kids complaining about how much time their parents spend with them, as one of the causes that really cut across all the problems that we see. So repeatedly, for different problem sets, you saw that one of the causes was the parents either too busy, or they couldn't care less, or just setting the bad example. And those kind of insights, you cannot get it any other way. So for me, that was really one of the most profound learnings from going through it. And then it of course also highlighted so much work that we need to do in order to bring the kids up to a certain level of just reading comprehension and being able to express themselves and to articulate. And I think I can't remember whom. I think maybe it was Doris, Imelda. But there is a very direct link between your language skills and your ability to understand your notes, understand the teacher, copy them correctly, express yourself in your exams, even in negotiation. For me, that's really one of the most profound ways in which communication really comes in handy. And as you grow up, you need to negotiate in almost every aspect of your life, with your spouse, with your kids, at work, and placing one word before the other or the other way around, it makes a world of a difference about whether you get a good deal or you don't. So we're really hoping that exploring some ways to get the kids more ready by the time that they take the next essay competition.
So if you're just joining us, you're on the Lambom Show, and I'm with Mendem Foundation and Royalty World. Today we are talking about an essay competition that was launched by the Mendem Foundation and coordinated by Royalty World, and the results are about to be released on Saturday in 2 days, and that's why we're talking about this. But more importantly for me, it's how do we make sure that this essay competition does not stay only this is the last time. And Doris mentioned two things. So if you followed this show 3 weeks ago with Mendem Foundation, they started something about career parenting, and I'm happy to announce that Stars reached out to me. I already have one kid, so that's already in the works. So career parenting, you are able to sponsor a child and not just be paying school fees, but also being a mentor to the child. That's the idea. And you can also see what's the name? Siri said it's about the holistic approach. It's not just having kids go to school, isn't it? So now we see the part of that holistic aspect. Mendem Foundation and Royalty World also doing an essay competition outside school. How can the kids get engaged? What can they do? And Pastor Eric mentioned something that I found interesting too. You are also trying to build up the moral character of the kids. And I'm happy, Hilary, you are able to draw these lessons out in terms of, hey, it's always there's some form of negotiation in life, however you do it. But Doris mentioned, and I'm saying, so Mendem Foundation is about sponsoring kids. But beyond, you may just want to sponsor a child. You don't want to be a career parent. That's also okay. But you also want to be a career parent. That's also good. But Doris just mentioned something, which is another thing that we're going to add. It seems as if every time we come on, we're going to take another bucket. So Doris mentioned something which is very important, that they need a place, okay, a library, and a computer. Again, you can't beat that. War is going on. People are doing things, and she said it's not about the territory, it's about people. A place where people can just come and read a book. We take it for granted. I leave my house and I drive down to the library, and if it's not open, I'm cursing like I did yesterday. I was like, why are you closed today? It's not yet Thanksgiving. But how about providing a little space for kids away from the war, protected, that they can just go in and have a place after school. They can just go and read a book. Read a book. Mendem Foundation has sent that. Okay, and Digital Learning Center. The word is, again, I'm surprised that we keep suffering with these connectivity issues. How about us really trying to see that in the grand scheme of things, maybe in addition to Mendem Foundation, let us try to see whether we can design a project for a library and a digital learning center. It's a big project. We can take that and start running away with. Because I think that is important. There are many things that could be done with this project, little aspects. And like I said, Hilary came in with an essay competition. I'm sure that there should be many people who want to sponsor an essay competition. We should have an essay competition every term, isn't it? So next term, spring, please, $2,000. Who is there to raise? Come on and tell us about $2,000. Get these kids to write an essay. By the time we go to the long holidays, we have another one, isn't it? You have 3 essays in a year. By the time we come out from this, you will have experts. We would have been able to get the kids engaged, multiple things achieved by just a little effort. Hilary said he wanted his donation was $250,000. That was matched by Mendem Foundation. Boy, the amount of turkey that's going to be thrown away for this today around America, I just think about it and I'm like, what are we doing? But so I'm just encouraging people, please. You are watching, you are listening, you come back after we are gone, you want to do something. I've put the links on my show there. I'm going to make sure it stays there so that people just call, say, hey, I have a $50 and I'm going to challenge my kids. The other day I was telling them, somebody gave them, and this is funny. So I have 3 kids. Sorry guys that I'm taking time that you are the ones supposed to be talking. I have 3 kids, a 13-year-old and a set of twins that are 11. So all of a sudden I realized that they are buying some. I come back home and they have bought something. I'm like, no, I don't remember giving you money. Let me check my wallet. And he said, no, daddy, nobody can take the money from your wallet. Then I said, where did you get money? One tells me the godfather had given her money. And I said, oh, your godfather gave you money. You did not even tell me. Say, yeah, daddy, we realize that every time they are giving us money, you and mommy said that you are keeping it in there. But it's 2 years now, 3 years. We are not seeing. So I said, okay. You're going to save you're going to be saving your money. But what I want you to do is save your money. At the end of the year, tell me where you want to donate the money. Okay. I want you to be able to look through, because my son watches all my programs and he's always fascinated watching them. And so I want him to be able to say, hey, I saved up $10 and I want to give to Mendem Foundation. And I think that just like Hilary did, named something after the son, the 2 kids, and now you want them to be part of this revolution. And so let all of us do something. Stars, I introduced you and you didn't say anything, but let's hear from you before I do one more round and we can. Welcome.
Hi. Sorry, I had internet connections. First, I want to take the time to thank each and every one of you and to wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving. It is the most wonderful time of the year to give. So I urge anybody that's listening, talk to your grandmother, talk to your mother, talk to your kids. Like Lambert just mentioned, we need $1 or $2 here and there to save a life in Cameroon. And the reason why this AC competition was launched, Hillary is a very distinct individual. And when he put forward this opportunity to help kids express themselves, I thought it was the most generous thing that a human being could do, right? Because he gave these kids an opportunity to look for a problem within our community in Cameroon, which I'm ashamed to say that I myself, I haven't taken the time to do so. And moving forward, I urge everybody to do the same. And I read through all of these essays and I was very impressed by what was said. And I think Mendem Foundation coming in to represent these kids and be the change that we want to see is helping them bridge the gap between the advancement in technology here in the United States and the rest of the world with the opportunities that we still have to give them. Teaching them how to use technology, having a library or a digital center, like you mentioned, is going to be something that they will have for generations to come. And every day when we wake up from bed, I want to urge everyone to think about what kind of change can I implement today that will not only change me as a person, but will also remind my kids that, hey, before you eat that gari and granola, like Kijem will say, make sure that there's sugar in it and make sure that sugar is coming from somebody that deserves to have that sugar. So please, if you're listening to this forum or you're listening to this, our podcast today, join us. Join us not only to exemplify what career is all about, not only to exemplify what strength is all about, but to exemplify what being a human being is all about. Other countries like Nigeria, they go back to their country and build their country. We shouldn't leave our country unbuilt because we're afraid of the riots. We should go back and put the country together and hope that we're building future leaders and future presidents. So let's work together with Mendem Foundation, Royalty World, coming this Saturday. Let's help these kids be the change we want to see and use some of these essays to bring it to life. You know, there's one of the essays that made me really cry, and I asked myself, how can I really sit down and write a proposal for this essay, submit the proposal, and get a funding budget to bring this essay to life? And I pray that, you know, with my faith, God can guide me through the process. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. So after the launch and celebration on Saturday, as Mendem Foundation, we are going to look into publishing these essays that were selected and hope that those geniuses out there can pick one or two of those essays and write a proposal that can be seen and brought to life by our community. So let's work together.
No, thank you very much, Stars. And Dr. Chen, you have not said anything since I'm sure you have been on call. I can see you have been on and off. But before you come on, I told you that I just made an appeal to my friend who is sitting here. I wanted him to come on, but he's very shy. So he has accepted Mr. James Cole. He's going to send you 50,000 for Saturday's event. So so I'm going to send you his number, Jude, so that you can follow up. And I'm also texting one other guy who likes writing. Since he likes writing big book, let him also send something to support the kids while we are on the show. So, Dr. Jeb, I think you will not forgive me if I don't let you say a word, because you are supposed to be in charge of this foundation. So say something.
Hello, guys. Thank you very much, Mr. Lambert, for hosting us for this event. And as you can see, it's gone around, and Mendem Foundation, it's a lot of hands, it's a lot of heads, it's a lot of effort, home and abroad, to put this together. And I think when this all started, I was not at all surprised that my friend Hillary brought this proposal. I can outrightly say, without any reasonable doubt, he is one of the few guys who encouraged me as a science student to take up writing in Sacred Heart. I joined Sacred Heart in high school, and he was like, "Hey, what do you have? What have you penned down? Let's share and see what it is." And I remember vividly him going through some of my writings and say, "Okay, this is how we do." He's never stopped to push for that. He's never stopped to push for that, asking to see what I'm writing on. So I was not at all, like I said, surprised that he pushed that. So it's not only in the kids. There are some of us adults that has gotten a hold of the writing virus from Hillary. And just looking at our education administrator, coordinator, Penn Stars, and right down to Royalty World that implemented this program, I think it was phenomenal. And it is something we are going to take forth. It's something we are going to take forth. And I've learned one thing. Solutions that are brought to you will never work. Solutions that you bring up for your own problems have the capacity to change those problems. And I think that's one of the things we were looking at. And when they brought it and said, "Hey, these kids propose this," and which is an entire model we are also looking from Mendem Foundation in terms of our other projects, which we are doing, which is the empowerment projects. It's not just us coming with a business proposal for you. It's you coming with that business proposal, and we talking and refining it. It's you coming with a possible solution to your problem, and we taking that, working on it, and getting details in it and executing it. And I think this was just one of the examples that has just shown some more light. I really want to thank everyone that came on this. We are open, we are ready. Like I said, we've got the staff, we've got the minds, we've got the people dedicated to do the work. Like we said, send us and we will go.
Yeah, you seem to have remembered one of those your songs in Sacred Heart. But Stars, I'm wondering why you are not taking the flowers somebody's offering you Thanksgiving flowers and you're refusing to. What's going on? But you should get us the flowers so that we can celebrate with you. But thank you very much, and I love the passion. Good, exactly. Good, great. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. So for the interest of time, I want to thank everybody who came on. I forgot that I was supposed to be reading certain things here. Let me get them on. We did that. Gum Cordelia, I think we had that on last time. That's the power of intentionality. That's when you were talking, Hillary. Same thing. I think this Jude should know this person. Eloquently expressed. Beyond the Classroom, Cyber Guy 237. Forger Chanel. The Power of Within. Love your why behind the movement, Hillary. Powerful. Thumbs up. I don't know who this is. Your rationale for this initiative is quite pertinent. Are you the one they call Tubo? Is that really Hillary? Again, we had that already. We got that. Interesting. Cordelia, Killian. Thanks. Thank you, Mr. President. We are ready. Send us dollars. So again, let me go around with everybody. Last comment so that we can make this. Pastor Eric, since you are on, let's get you. So any last words? And thank you for shepherding these kids. Thank you for guiding them and putting in your time, your energy, everything, the wisdom that God has blessed you with. Thank you for guiding these kids. Any last words?
Okay, thank you. I just want to end by saying thank you once more to Mendem Foundation, to Hillary. I see your commitment to see those kids be transformed and make positive impact in their community. Our pain is as our pain, teenage pregnancy, unemployment, illiteracy, all of those things are stories. which need to be written. And what we see as pain today will be transformed into great victories tomorrow. So let's keep doing what we are doing. The journey is very long. I don't know if
thank
you
you,
forgot what
yeah.
I said.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yes, good. Thank you again.
All right.
Thank you on behalf of the Mendem Foundation. I've been asking them to make me a member, but they don't want me to be. So,
No.
any last words, Doris?
Thank you all, guys. Thank you so much for looking back. Is the biggest thing I keep saying, that I had to pioneer this journey, being one of those who had the privilege of living abroad and seeing another kind of society, and deciding that we could do the same thing. We could be those people, that community where people are running to. And I believe that it's just the beginning. That's what we're building, and we're building together. And I just thank you all for forces. We want more of us to come together, and we believe that more of us can make that difference. Why are we laughing?
People are excited. You should allow them to laugh. What is the? They're excited, but yeah. But Doris, again, like I said the last time, your courage is just amazing. I don't know whether I can leave here to go stay in Cameroon to do anything. I don't see it, but hey. I'm leaving my own diaspora. My own diaspora is right here, so we'll do it. You have us.
Thank you.
You're on the ground, so we'll put the pieces together and make that mosaic work, isn't it? So thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your courage. Your courage is what it's amazing to have a young lady like you do this. And of course, you know that if you have headache, you can call Mendem Foundation. They will pull the strings. They have medical doctors. You have toxicologists. You have many good people. They know how to pull the strings around.
Trust me, I'm making use.
Yes. So again, Hillary, you're the man of the day.
So just for me, the last word is something Star said, which I really hadn't thought about before. And I think we're going to take the 10 essays of the winners. We will make them publishable and make a very small book, even if it's a 10-page book, that we'll keep a digital copy on our website, and we'll make the kids have a small version of just a collection of those, so that they can feel like they were published. Even the best of us, if you wrote it, you would still need an editor to help you through to get it to a level where you can publish it. So I think for these 10 essays, work still needs to be done on it, but I think that would be part of the encouragement, that the kids feel like they were published, and that hopefully that can also encourage the other ones to want to do it next time. Yeah. So that's my last word. So thanks, Stars, for bringing that up, and thanks, Lambert, for giving us a platform to have this very important discussion about transforming these young minds. Yeah. Thank you.
No, always my pleasure. And somebody said something here. Thank you for using your platform to encourage and support us. Wonderful initiative. Yes, I wanted to. So, Killian, there is a possibility of doing a Zoom session within the same network. So I use StreamYard, connects through a series of things. So we're going to explore how to make Zoom connected to the platform so that we can also use it. And if you wanted to ask a question live, I could get you on. So that's fine. But thank you for the suggestion. And just the beginning sees we are just scratching the surface. Go Doris, we love you. So everybody is rooting for Team Doris. Okay, the man of the day, Jude. Any last word?
Yes. So there's a popular saying that says, to get the things you never had, you have to do the things you never did. And it's about getting out of your comfort zone. And that's what we did here. Hillary and Jeff were right there when we conceived this idea, and it was no surprise that Hillary came up with the AC contest, which was a great initiative. So big thanks to Hillary for that initiative, and to Pastor Eric and our team at Royalty World for the execution. I saw the passion that Pastor Eric executed this project. We had pictures and videos every week showing progress and how things were happening. And there were so many obstacles being the first time, and we all stood tall. You know, we fought through those challenges, and here we are at the end of it. I'm very proud of the work that was done. I read some of the ACEs, and you could tell mostly, common issues were like water pollution, drug abuse, teenage pregnancy. So these kids actually, they really came up with good problems that they're experiencing in their society. We're glad that we're tackling multiple things in just one practice, the AC contest. And again, we stand as that foundation here in the diaspora. If you really want to make changes back home, we're ready. The other day we did an outreach at the juvenile center in the Bamenda prisons, and that was initiated by Parky Jem, who used to be the chaplain. So he came to us and we executed that project. And so this is just, that was just an example to say we are ready, just like Michelle Lambe had said, if you have an idea, you have the money, or you're ready to give us your time, whatever it is, please, we are ever ready. We have a more than capable team back home. Royalty World is doing just an amazing job in implementing everything that we said we asked them to do. So it's just a well-oiled machine here. All we need is participation. People take their time. Today's Thanksgiving. Take the time to be thankful. Donate to the foundation. Donate in cash or in kind, whatever thing we will take. And thank you, Lambert, for this opportunity and for always being ready. I know I contacted you just a few days ago and you were right on it, and it's always been the case. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for creating this platform for us to reach out to the world, and we hope for continuous support and collaboration. Thank you.
So thank you again. I should be the one thanking you guys that you are doing the magic work. Doris doing all the pieces on the ground. You guys making sure that she has the resources that she needs, the little resources again, and we'll continue. I often use the example that there were 12 apostles. Christ had just 12 of them. There are 1.2 billion. Okay, 1.2 billion Christians. Take note, from 12 to 1.2. So we all have to behave like the apostles. And if you want to be, my friend often says that don't be like the apostles, just be like the born again Christians, because they'll hold you anywhere and at any time. Just become one. Become an ambassador for Mendem Foundation and Royalty World, and let's keep on. And like I said, let's try anytime, Jude. I'm ready. Anytime you have, I'm ready to roll. We have just said today is Thanksgiving. There is going to be an award ceremony on Saturday in Boya. Mendem Foundation and Royalty World, they are giving out prizes to students who won the AC competition that they just launched. You can continue to support this initiative. This is our second time, at least this year, that the Mendem Foundation, Royalty World, we are having this show. Last 3 weeks ago, we talked about career parenting. And I just wanted to say this. There are many people who are doing very many things in Cameroon, very many things. At an individual level, a group level, alma mater, please, you can take one more. Just one more. Even if it means just $50, it's going to go a long way. Don't say that they're just take one. And I'm saying you can see the people. Mendem Foundation, Doris is here, always available. Whatever documents you want, you will get them. Please, I'm encouraging everybody. They have many kids who are fallen out of school. They don't have anybody to sponsor them. And like I said, it's not just about throwing money to a problem. That's not what the Mendem Foundation and Royalty World, that's not what they're doing. Because again, you could just throw your money and that's fine. No, you want you to be engaged. If you don't have the time, you have the money and you only want to donate and following up, that's also fine. But we have heard today many things. become a career parent. Okay, if you don't want to become a career parent, give money, $100, let them sponsor a child. But you can also follow Hilary's example. Let's keep up the essay competition. Very important. Let's keep that. It took him $250,000, made it $1,000 with Mendem Foundation, and his $2,000. And like I said, my friend has donated a $50,000. I'm going to make sure that all of them who write two long things on WhatsApp, they also donate to support this. But let each of us just pitch in for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, whatever. Do something for the kids back home who are not able to celebrate Thanksgiving and not able to celebrate Christmas. But thanks to you all. Thank you all for your time. And as I said, we are going to be together on Saturday, 8 a.m. Juju and I, let's put the details together so that we can get the word out. Doris, Cyril, Pastor Eric, thank you for all you guys do. And you guys stay safe. We are praying for you. We are going to support you the best way we can. Hilary,
thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you all.
Thanksgiving, guys. Yeah.
See you Saturday.
Okay.
See you
Bye.
soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.